How the Duchess of Cambridge has confessed to a lack of confidence and feelings of ignorance as she struggles to cope with the problems of parenthood. This was a speech yesterday. It was an event yesterday. The Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists in London. Personally, becoming a mother has never been such a rewarding and wonderful experience. However, the big but, at times it's also been a huge challenge for me, who has support at home, that most mothers do not. Fundamentally, your identity changes overnight, yet there's no rule book, no right or wrong. You just have to make it up and do the best you can to take care for your family. For many mothers, myself included, this can at times lead to a lack of confidence and feelings of ignorance. Are you looking at the radio now going, what is she on about? What? All the people she's got to help. Or are you saying, well done, yeah, well done. You're saying it publicly, which is going to help lots of other mothers. Let's talk to Bea Marshall, parenting coach, founder of Yes Parenting. Bea, I imagine it might be the latter for you. She's bringing it out into the public arena. She's saying, you know, okay, I might be a member of the royal family. I might look $1 million, but do you know what? I'm going through exactly what every other mother's going through.
Morning, John. I absolutely agree. You've got it spot on. I love that she has been vulnerable and she has stepped out in the public arena and she has said this is really tough. And she has acknowledged that she does have incredible support at home. She has a lot of help, and yet it is still something that has completely rocked her world. And I love that she has said this, because I think many, many, many mums, and probably dads as well, will probably breathe a sigh of relief that it's okay for them to also now say, yeah, this is one of the hardest things I've ever done and I'm struggling.
Because is it down to the media here, that paints this picture, you know, when you're pregnant, you're blooming. The child is about to arrive, and then when it does, oh, it's sheer bliss, because we see all the images that are portrayed of the perfect family, mother and baby life, and actually, you know, it's snot on your cardi top. It's probably been thrown up over half a dozen times, and that's before we've even got to dealing with nappies and trying to feed.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you're absolutely right again. That
I could be a mother myself here, couldn't I?
You totally could, John. You'd be brilliant. Because, the marketing and advertising that we are bombarded with, and obviously technology is so advanced now that technology knows the minute you've conceived and starts putting these things on your Facebook feed and into your life. And it always paints this beautiful, idyllic picture of what it looks like when you have this tiny little baby who's cooing and gurgling. And, I work with mums day in, day out, not just in this country, around the world. And a common theme as the founder of Yes Parenting is helping mums learn how to say yes to themselves. Because one of the first things that they stop doing is cleaning their teeth and taking a shower, for example. And,
yeah, you don't have time.
You wouldn't even realise how difficult it was going to be to clean your teeth and take a shower. If you manage to get out of the house before lunchtime, you're like, I am winning today. And once you've gotten used to, changing nappies and feeding, and, you're starting to understand your baby a bit more, and you've started to make a few new friends who've also got kids the same age, then your kids are growing up and developing, and you're constantly facing new challenges and new hurdles. And, there's all the joys and the rewards that go with it, but there's always something new. And, my boys are now 11 and 12, and I'm still facing new things all the time. That's the journey of parenthood. And, I believe that every child has its own user manual within them, and they are desperately trying to teach us how to read that user manual. But what we've lost, I think, as a society, is this wisdom that says mums can trust themselves and they can trust their babies. And instead what we have is mixed messages coming at us from every angle, whether it's, mother, mother-in-law, best friend, sister, health professionals, the media. And then if you're anything like I was, you're completely anchorless, thinking, well, what the heck do I do? And like not Kate Middleton anymore, is she? Princess Kate says, she had she's had this lack of confidence. And I think she will be speaking for the vast majority of mums.
People know this. I don't know if you know this, Bea, but I'm a dad to a 4.5-year-old and a just turned 3-year-old. And I think when you become a parent, the dad basks in it, in, if you want to call it, the glory of becoming a parent, where actually the mother only has a slight amount of that, and then, because their bodies have changed so much, because they've been carrying this, and everything has changed in their life, that's where they feel the confidence may have gone, and it's diminishing because they don't feel happy with themselves after going through such an ordeal. And pregnancy is an ordeal.
Yeah, pregnancy is an epic 9-month feat. I mean, it's extraordinary what a woman's body is able to do during that time. And then, the climax of it is this incredible birth experience, whether that is a natural delivery or whether that's a hospital-based delivery, it doesn't matter. The fact that a woman's body can bring forth this baby into the world is incredible, but it's also exhausting. And we have such a fast-paced life these days that the expectation now is that mums get themselves back up and on it really quickly. Everything is about, getting your pre-baby body back. I don't think many women get their pre-baby body back. They have this wonderful post-baby body that is strong and amazing and carries the kind of the marks of having grown a human being, and it's something to be proud of. But all of the messages suggest that somehow, if you're a new mum, you better get working hard because, you've got work to do here, whether it's your pre-baby body, getting back to work, whatever it is, you've got to be looking the part, getting out to your groups, doing all of these things, getting food on the table, getting the laundry done. Your laundry's just tripled in size or even more.
Yeah.
So there's so much expectation. And this is at a time in society where many of these mums have been working up until this point. So their whole life has just completely changed. Their social network has disappeared because what was once a social network of colleagues is now essentially being completely on their own until they can start to make new friends within this kind of new world of being a mum. And it can be a really lonely existence. Whereas, if you go back 100 years, we lived so much more in like little communities within our neighbourhoods, and several of you would be having children and you'd be in and out of each other's houses, and, there wasn't that same pressure. And I think today's mums, new mums, are under such incredible pressure. And that, going back to what Princess Kate said, I just think it's wonderful that she's put this out there because it's starting a conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're talking about it this morning. Thanks for that. 01642 22